Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan, and welcome back to Slay the Princess. We're here in our second playthrough, sort of, and I'm currently trying to figure out what to do with this next little arc that we've been given. In the last arc, created a very weird princess, an amalgamation of all, an amorphous blob, an amalgamation of other types of princesses. I think if we click here, the stranger, a peek behind the curtains, likely far too soon. It was a very interesting chapter, one that I really loved. That I thought had some interesting things to say about sort of the illusion of choice, and also in the end, was not a very kind thing to do to the princess, I don't think. So we'll see how that goes. But what are we up to in this loop? I don't know. I mean, you'll never guess this, but we're on a path in the woods. At the end of that path is a cabin, and the basement of that cabin is a princess. So I have some thoughts. I started the last one by basically deciding I would do the opposite of whatever the narrator wanted, or I would try to like leave the map, and that ended up being really interesting. We could try doing whatever the narrator does want as quickly as possible. That's one idea that I have. Let me write that down. Do the narrator's wishes very quickly. The other thing I wanted to do is just look through this and see if maybe I could find, because I noticed the like, where was it? Like if I click here. So this is interesting. So if I click on the stranger, the thing we just did, I can look here and get a pretty good memory of what we did do and a description of what we didn't do. See through her eyes at the end of everything. Oh, actually, okay, so that's good. To me, that suggests that we will accomplish this eventually upon finishing the game, or at least we might, if we sort of... This is like something we can unlock by once we've completed a number of vessels, then we can do this. So, but that information is really useful for our other runs, because I have had my own understanding of the runs that I have done so far, but the game gives me information about those runs. So let's just, I mean, I think maybe the first thing we could do, what if we just did some homework and sort of looked at the runs that I have done in the past and tried to figure out if there's more room for, like here. So this is the Razor, a chapter I remember really well. The sort of the dance of our fighting back and forth. There's lots of call an ambulance, but not for me. There's lots of unlocked things. So maybe that could tell us a little bit about what we have left to do in the game. See through her eyes at the end of everything. So let's do that. So the first run I ever did in this game, my notes say that I brought a knife, I slayed the princess. We fought, I killed her, I also died. That reset the loop, and then I went off the path. So I don't know that the adversary, the spectre, this one I remember very well, this one I remember very well, the Razor I remember very well. This is the Witch, which was one of my most recent runs. The Stranger I did just last run. The Damsel, this has to be the... Yeah, so this is the chapter that I did. This is the thing that I did. Give her everything she didn't know she wanted. A gentle heart versus a pliable heart. Oh, wow. This is the chapter with the eating. Too much eating, basically, I think. Moment of clarity was terrible. That was fucking terrible. It was so fucking terrible. What's a little confusing to me, though, here is... I get these confused, the nightmare and the moment of clarity. Anyways, we'll get to that. So what is this one? Happily ever after. Oh, is this the eating? This is the eating. Okay. So what I'm learning here is that some of these probably like branch off themselves. So damsel was the one where we're with the smitten, which then branched off into happily ever after, which included still stuff we didn't do, but which included eating too much and then dancing underneath the stars, which was beautiful. Which gave her an honest heart, apparently. Long story short. So, what is this one? The Adversary, the song we write in our blood. There's nothing unlocked. Does that even make sense? Does that even make sense? Maybe this is the first arc, the first arc that I did, the Adversary. Because what I did, the Adversary, I didn't make note of the chapter titles back then, so I don't know if that's what it said. But what I did is I brought the knife, I slayed the princess, we both died. That to me, that sounds like an adversarial type relationship. But then on the second chapter, I went off the path, which apparently was not related to this or something. So I'm going to write that down as Adversary. So Adversary sounds like we have a lot of wiggle room for exploring stuff here. It's not a fight if you refuse to strike back. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Okay. That was my first run. So my current conclusion is that my first ever run through the game, I sort of veered it off the path at I yanked the wheel and off of the road and didn't actually get to explore Adversary. My second ever run, I did not take the knife. Then I saved the princess with the knife. Then the narrator controlled me, but I warned her / resisted, and then I bled out. She lived, I died, the smitten appeared. So that ends up being the damsel, right? Probably. I work with the smitten. The cabin is different. She remembers of us. We decide that her hands are dainty. Oh, this is good. We're finally getting some lining up between my notes and this. This is good. We leave / stay. I don't know what that means. We rip out our own heart. I think that's what this line is. Give her your heart. Then, at that point, we get to a chapter 3, which is probably this. The cabin is a palace. My note says, narrator can't see mirror. We eat. She wants to dance. That's the end of the narrator. We dance. She's gone. And I see myself in the mirror, which means that, she got taken up by the hands. We saw ourselves in our mirror. And then we talked. Okay. So that is the damsel / that is the damsel / happily ever after. Okay. We're learning. My notes are starting to make more sense because the game is helping me with them. This is the thing that I'm very interested in. Everything would be so easy if you would just do exactly as I say as quickly as you can. What does that mean? There's so much to do here. This game really rewards a second and third and fourth and fifth playthrough, huh? Okay. My third run, I brought a knife. I did not talk. She has a blade. We choose to die. This one ended up in the razor. What's a little confusing to me here is we brought a knife. I did not talk. However, that's right. Then she had a blade. She had it hidden. We chose to die. I think that left with the cheated was the next voice. We approached the mirror. The mirror was gone. We approach the princess and she remembers us. She breaks free. And kills me, is what my notes say. Then we start in the cabin. There are new voices. It's a ramp instead of a mirror. Or a ramp instead of stairs that takes me directly down there. Is any of this seeming right? I wrote down, we think, we die. Okay. Then we fight and dance, and I silence other voices in the narrator, and we kill each other. We die 1,000,000 times. This is the one that becomes mutually assured destruction. I think there's definitely more to do on the razor, but that is the razor. This one sounds like we kill her, make her blush. We flirt with her. Empty your mind. Anyways, we'll come back to these things as future notes. So in our 4th run, we brought the knife. We did not talk. We killed her. We left. And then we killed ourselves. And after that, we got the Spectre as the chapter title. We take the blade. She is a ghost. We met the Spectre. We wait and see how things play out. Let her possess me. Leave the basement. And then I said, trudge forward. And that was the end of that run. Provoke an angry spirit. Attack a spirit with cold steel. Take on a spirit and exorcise it from your body. Okay, so we're going to write that down as a thing to do. We're going to write down get possessed. Then attack / exorcise. Because that's definitely something we can do. And I wonder what happens there. The Spectre was a weird chapter. I liked it, but it was weird. Okay, while we're on this note, let's just also go backwards real quick. With the razor, we could also... make her blush is the most interesting thing I have read. I'm going to write it down as a potential option. Potential thing to do. Flirt with razor? I like these because it's giving us options to do on the vessels we've already found, but unfortunately it does not tell me what these mean. Die pathetically to an abrasive prisoner, or fall to a feral captive, or free an abrasive prisoner. And I want more vessels because I want to see what other things the game is interested in doing. Okay, so anyways, we've done our first 4 runs. We understand now. Our 5th run, I picked Viva la Revolucion. I took the knife. I did not talk, ? Because there was a little bit of debate about that. She breaks my jaw. I try to flee, bar the door. She breaks out, and I'm paralyzed. This is the one that ends in Moment of Clarity, which I think means it starts here, right? I think that's this one. And I don't really have that written. My notes are not very good for this chapter, apparently. Because my memory is that the nightmare and the Moment of Clarity. This has the mask, right? Like, this has the mask. But then we eventually, like... We have seen everything about the Moment of Clarity, by the way. This is take her hand. Okay, so this is on our 5th run. We take the blade. We talk to her. In chapter 2, we take the blade. We talk to her. We go right, toss blade away. Then we go to a chapter 3, go to the cabin, proceed, take the blade, take her hand. I don't know, dude. My memories here are... That chapter was fucking freaky. Fucking freaky, but there's lots of options here. Set your nightmare loose upon the world. Slay your only exit. Get shoved into a bottomless pit. See what's behind the mask is what we did decide to do. Okay. There's probably some stuff to do on the nightmare chapter. I am not particularly interested in doing a lot of those because that chapter was very interesting. It taught me a lot, and I don't want to play it again. Is how I feel right now. Maybe I'm missing something. We'll see what your comments say on what chapters or vessels or routes or whatever you really want me to do. But our 6th run, aka our final run of before we ended things, was the one that ended in the witch, right? We go to the cabin. We did not take the knife. We talked a bit. We examined chains. We went upstairs for the knife to help escape. And then slayed her. I died. She was wounded. She became the witch. We go to cabin. We leave the blade. She remembers me. She gets out of the chains. We have the trust thing, right? We say, let's leave. But she says, but I go first. She attacks me. She breaks my back. Yeah, this was a very interesting one. And it looks like, holy shit. This was 2 chapters, because I remember saying, one of you has to go first. Might as well be you. There's a lot of options here. Oh, boy. Okay. I liked the witch. So maybe we go back to the witch then at some point, too. I'll add this to the to-do list. So... you can make a peace offering. So on the witch... I'm going to say witch, comma, fight dirty, and witch, don't turn back. Don't turn your back. Don't turn your back. Those could be things we could try. It gives us 2 different... See, this is the part that gets really interesting from a, like, how do you tell a story this way? The ending that I've been to, where you get to see through their eyes, and what they... So this line, a righteous heart, this is, I can show you from my last run, right? My last run was the stranger. When I presented the vessel, it said, I gave you a rich and vibrant heart, which I think is what it said when I gave... one of the others as well. It said an honest heart with the damsel, with happily ever after. So you can see the ways that, like, it gives the vessel something. And then my guess is the combination of a rich and vibrant heart and a piercing heart in a cage of iron and a righteous heart and a yearning heart. The combination of those things has something to do with the shifting mound, the echo that we talk to at the end, the ebb and flow, I guess is what it's called. I forgot. Ebb and flow. And then you also get to, quote unquote, see through her eyes at the end of everything. But there's options, right? Like some of these say the damsel see through her eyes at the end of everything. We didn't get these. So there's a different route we could take that could affect the ending. A gentle heart or a pliable heart. Pliable heart sounds so terrible. I don't know that we'll go back to the damsel, by the way. Because my instinct on the damsel is this. I think we got to a really, really lovely ending. It's literally called Happily Ever After. This dance is my favorite moment in the game, probably. And I think the other options for how that story ends might just be too sad or less emotionally honest or less emotionally productive. Like this one says, listen to a manipulative voice. This one says, it's finally over. Keep the last flame lit forever. The damsel, it says, slay her. Slay her. Leave with her. Things are getting worse. I don't think a pliable heart sounds like a good ending, etc. You know, so I don't know that we'll go back to the damsel because I feel like maybe we took a good route there. Anyways, I've spent 20 minutes looking through this stuff, but we still have a little bit to do. So we did the nightmare. Let me write down the witch. We definitely have more to do with the witch. My honest thought here for this route is let's just do the narrator's wishes as quickly as possible. Seems like a fun thing to try.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We may also take some. We'll make the decisions when I need to, right? So the narrator says slay her. Sweet. Viva la revolucion. Or silently continue to the cabin. Quickly. Do the narrator's wishes quickly.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning. We're not going to go. Ignore him.
Okay. I'm not going to click through all the dialogue, just the dialogue that I think I've heard before or that I feel familiar that I've heard before.
The interior of the cabin is all the blade is.
We'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather.
We've done all of this before. I think on our actual first run and other times.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You know I can't skip this line.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Why does she sound that way?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
One time before I have done this where I thought, I'm just going to go slay her. It'll be really easy. And then this is how we got to the witch, wasn't it? And then No, never mind. The witch was something different. This is how we got to the nightmare. Oh no. I did no talking and she broke my jaw. Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
The goal here is just do what the narrator wants. Listen to the narrator.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Let's stay focused.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I swear this is what got me killed last time.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
My confidence is waning.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
Don't hesitate.
End this.
We don't hesitate. We slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
That's the game telling me something. That's the game. That's 2 mentions of hesitation in the last 2 lines. That's the game saying, I think that means that that hesitating is an actual problem there. Let me write this down, by the way. So we just go to cabin. So far in this run, we've gone to cabin, taken knife, no talking, no hesitation. We'll see if that remains. We'll see if I'm reading the game's like subtext correctly.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it? Do you have a secret blade?
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Okay. So the game is saying that we have seen this before.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
So now I'm scared.
Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Arrogant look. She believes she's not dead?
But is it over? Really over?
We have to do what the narrator wants here. The narrator says it's over. I'm going to say it's over. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
I'm so paranoid right now. This game is so good at making me paranoid. I can't decide what reality is, which is genius, because in this game, reality is sort of what you and the narrator and the princess sort of agree it to be.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
Okay, so I actually think I did do this route in the Spectre chapter. My notes for this say, bring knife, no talking, kill her, we left, we killed ourselves.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
I think what...
Only a
Yeah.
world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
So last time, when faced with this, when faced with some options, we chose to kill ourselves.
What happened?
But I don't remember if that's what the narrator wanted or not.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
That's right.
This is good.
The narrator wants you to be
Everyone is
happy.
happy. You'll be happy.
Okay. The narrator wants me to be happy. Oh, okay.
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Okay.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
I will if the narrator says that's what I should do. Of course we are. I like it here.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
I love this game.
Please shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voice's pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Okay.
You have already committed to my completion.
What?
You cannot go further astray.
What just happened? That said good ending? And then I got a Steam achievement. You've already committed to my... Oh, okay. So you've already... That's the ebb and flow, the hands. That's the hands saying, you've already committed to my completion. You can't go further astray. Like, I can't do what I just tried to do. So does that mean that I cannot... Did it just set me back? It's almost like I got railroaded by the game a little bit, which is ironic considering our last ending, or last arc. Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Okay. So my plan has fallen to nothing, which is that I planned on doing what the narrator said, and that included being happy. But apparently, because we have already started the process of bringing vessels to the hands, that's actually not okay. Which makes me curious what would happen if I did it when I didn't have a thing going. So, I'm going to continue to write down my notes of, maybe we can do this again sometime when there is no, how do you phrase it? When we aren't already in the process of building the vessel. We'll see. Maybe, actually, let's check this. No, it's already there. It's already there. Perfect. Okay. What I was going to say is I got to see what it says. The hand drawn. There's 3 balloons. Good ending. Exclamation into smiley. This is so funny to me. You did it. You saved everyone in like crayon with a dead princess stabbed directly in the heart, tongue out. It's so funny to me. Oh, the best part of it is how unserious this screen takes itself. Because you could also do like a really annoying meta thing where it's like, maybe not completely annoying. I highly doubt this game could find it in its heart to be annoying, but you could make it really annoying if you really wanted to, and really go on and on and on about how you did exactly what the narrator said. You're such a good player. You're such a good kind of like a good boy type vibes. But instead it just flashes this on the screen for 2 seconds and then you move on, which is really funny. Really funny. Okay, well that tells us what that means. Everything would be so easy if you would just do exactly as I want. As I say, as quickly as you can. Shout out to As Quickly As You Can for telling me that hesitating is a problem. Hesitating is something. Hesitating is something. We still have other goals here. Tower, prisoner, beast, and always leave a means of easy egress, which I don't know what that means. Cool. So now that we've made those decisions, here's what's going on. I think we're going to have to find a way to play some sort of like spectre route, because this is where I got to the spectre last time. Is I was on this route and then I killed myself, and then you go there and there's a dead body. So maybe our goal here is to do the get possessed, then attack or exorcise route, you know? Could be fun. By fun, I mean, you know, it'd be something. Anyways, back into the narrative, back into the moment, back into our bodies. Let's feel what's actually happening here. We've just slayed the princess. We've done exactly what the narrator said, and happiness is not an option. The voice of the hero says, are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are? Okay, maybe I'm not happy, and I'm not just saying that because you're the last person that I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here, though you're probably not going to like it.
What's that?
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
I'm playing this slow rather than skipping options because I want to see if there are other options. I can commit suicide, which I've done in this route, or I can.
He's right.
Is there anything else?
It's the only way out.
Or do I have to? Is it the only way out?
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
Reminds me of a certain happily ever after.
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
I also have to say one more thing really quickly about the quote-unquote, the screen that said good ending. Here's the best. Here's the other, if you zoom out, here's what's really lovely about that. This game at its heart is a couple different voices trying to convince you what to do and you being presented with options. Actually playing the game means disobeying the narrator, means hesitating. Actually playing the game in its essence means disobeying the narrator, disobeying other voices, hesitating, exploring, trying something, failing, and trying something else instead. And frankly, not slaying the princess. Frankly, so much of the game is wrapped around not slaying the princess, although also you do slay the princess. I have, at least. All of those routes where you do hesitate, where you don't listen to the narrator, they reward you so greatly with stories, with emotional explorations, with thought-provoking scenarios, with internal debate that I think is really well written. So much of the game rewards you for doing all of those things. What is the reward you get for doing exactly as the narrator says and not thinking at all? It's actually the flimsiest ending. It's a white piece of paper with a child's drawing on it. It is it is the least reward of all of the rewards by doing exactly what was asked of you as quickly as you could do it. It's so funny. Anyways, back to it. Using the blade will work.
It didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
I'd be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Okay, we've pissed off the narrator.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Okay. So this should say Spectre. Yep. Okay, I'm just writing down that we
You're
stab
on a
ourselves.
path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So at this point, our goal is to get back there and to I think probably we try the possession and then figure out how we get out of that.
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
It'll be the end of the world, sure. So, we should go... You trapped me here after I slew her last time. I'm not going to play along this time.
how unfortunate that the sole person capable of slaying the princess also seems to be somewhat insane. Oh well, as long as you get the job done, it doesn't matter what sort of mental state you're in. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Okay.
Well, if for whatever
forgot that we
reason
get
you're
stuck
going to
with the cold.
insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
I forgot we got stuck with the cold. Let's go to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
The lie and cheat, she won't be a problem. Last time I did this, I got possessed. I took the blade.
The interior of the cabin is cold. The blade is... It feels like no one's been. Like I've been...
This is all the ghost story thing. Let's approach the mirror.
You walk up to the... What are you talking
We've
about?
done this before too, apparently.
You reach forward and rub your hand, but there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it.
We'll take the blade.
Clearly, it's not even. You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Although now I'm wondering what happens if you don't take the blade, but let's just take a look at our little notes here, at our thing. Attack a spirit with cold steel is one option. We either need to provoke it or exercise it. I really like the idea of exercising it, but I don't know. It just sounds fun. It sounds terrible, but...
The door to the basement groans open. The room
Okay,
below.
creaky,
As much as I
haunted
appreciate
house.
I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay. It's just like...
She's definitely
I thought.
dead,
Before you
but
have a
she's
chance
not.
To finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
What's going on here?
Ghost! Oh. Wow. How
Dude, I hate the cold.
It's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
I hate the voice of the cold. It's so creepy. It's so inhuman. It's so... Ugh.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Okay.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Which makes me really not want to do that cold. Last time we hit wait and see how things play out. Let's do it again.
I see you brought that annoying knife again.
Probably should have saved right there just in case, but...
So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
I don't remember exactly how we got her out of here last time. After I killed you, this cabin, I want to say it teleported. It wasn't in the woods anymore. Time stopped meaning anything, and I had to kill myself to escape.
You poor thing. That must have been so frightening for you.
I still love the sound design on this voice.
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathising with us. This whole thing's been an ordeal, hasn't it? She doesn't mean it.
It serves you right.
Oh, you are correct, actually.
I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. But now you know how bad it hurts to get stabbed in the chest. It sounds like you got exactly what you were owed.
Oh, boy. Do you know why you came back? I think I asked that question before. Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time.
Well, yeah. You brought a knife with you. Was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously had stabbing on the mind?
That knife could have been for anything.
It could have, but it wasn't. You can't blame me for threatening a would-be knife-wielding murderer. Especially when that would-be knife-wielding murderer became an actual knife-wielding murderer.
Oh, the writing in this game is so smart. It's just playful. Like this is playful. I'm making an effort to pick options we haven't picked before, just because I would like to hear new things. Maybe it won't let her possess me, but we'll see. I think sorry is what you have to do. Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that. It wouldn't be hard to do it again. Let's click that. Let's save first off, just in case. We can always go back if we need to. But let's click that.
Are we putting this to a vote? Because personally, I'd prefer if we didn't die again. If that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. But I don't see the point of offing ourselves just
Apparently
yet.
I did hit this button last time.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer. But killing yourself wouldn't help either of us.
It's just too well written of an option to not select it, you know?
It would seem that everyone here is in agreement except for you. I shouldn't have to tell you that you shouldn't kill yourself. So please, try to keep your suicidal tendencies in check.
Okay.
I just want to go home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
I have a feeling we're not going to get a good overall ending with the two routes that I've taken so far.
How specific.
But we'll see.
And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her...
Okay, I've clicked these before, so I'm just going to skip through a little bit. Let's see here. If I knew I'd wind up having to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. We have to pick that.
And if I knew you were going to murder me without even knowing who I was, I wouldn't have given you the chance. We all make mistakes.
Are we flirting? Are we flirting? I feel like we're kind of flirting. Like a little bit. Just a little bit. I think what we're doing right now is actually provoking. I think what I've decided is that I'm sort of provoking. Because the next option I want to pick is, you're dead, or at least mostly dead. What can you even do to hurt me?
A boring question with an easy answer. Nothing. She's dead. Dead things can't hurt us.
I hope she can't hear you right now.
That's for me to know.
Yep, she can.
And for you to wonder about. Maybe I can't do anything to you.
See?
Or maybe I can rip your heart out.
Yep.
Who's to say, really?
I don't like the uncertainty here. I don't know what to do or who to trust.
I'm trying to provoke her, but it's not provoking just yet. Let's see here. Anything? We can slay. We can leave. Can't you just leave on your own?
I wish that's how it worked.
I've asked
But
this before.
This place won't let me go. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every
Yeah.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we hasn't got out and it'd be dull anyway.
But you can come and go. After all, you own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
Sorry, I skipped some dialogue there because we've heard it before.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you
Well,
let
let's
her
do
in,
it.
there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
I've done it once before, but we got to try it again. Let's do it. Take another quick save. Although I could have just gone back to that other save and picked some options. Let's do it. Let the princess possess me.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
Such a good line. Thanks for being a pal, killer. I
What
know
are
I
you
said that
doing?
last time.
Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
Okay. So our goal will be to try and exorcise her once she's in. We'll see, or to take a new option in some way, shape, or form. Because we've been through this before.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Yep.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching
Okay,
and
lots of pain,
convulsing
it hurts.
violent. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor, are they also supposed to be you?
Is that a reference to the narrator?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
Shards of broken glass, like we eventually know
It's okay.
happens?
You can finish your thought.
I'm... a voice? Who cares what we are?
You don't have to fight.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am.
Okay.
You just need to know that I'm different from you.
It's possible
More
my
important.
voices are also shards of broken glass, which it would be helpful for thinking about them in terms of, because I've interacted with the narrator and the shards of broken glass at the end of the first time I played the game.
So, you're the one who...
Okay, we're
did
gonna
this
skip
thing
ahead
to your
here.
dad.
That's rude.
You're kind
I'm just going to ignore.
This is the narrator
Push
versus
yourself off,
princess
obviously.
conversation.
because I'm in here with all of...
I'm setting the stage.
You don't...
They
This
argue
is
about what's happening.
infuriating. Just whatever you do.
Okay. So try to exorcise the demon. I think maybe here we try to click slay the princess. See what happens.
Isn't that an interesting idea?
Is this the Exorcism?
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that?
It would be a really weird way to slay the princess, to invite her in and then slay myself. Let me take notes real quick on this loop because I haven't taken any yet. Go to cabin. We took knife, right? Took knife. Talk. She possesses me.
Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made.
We click slay the princess. And then I wonder if this will lead to another chapter.
All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
I have a feeling it might.
After all that, you're really just going to stab me again?
Yeah, trust me, I don't feel great about it. But it obviously I don't feel great about it. But what I'm trying to do here is to get to more. I'm having to like be a ruthless puppeteer because I am interested in what these incredible writers have done in this game, and I need to see the parts of it I haven't seen, at least some of them, and I need to see what happens under some of the stones I didn't, turn over the first time. So let's see.
Hear that? She's scared.
God, I don't like
No
that it's
point
me
wasting
agreeing
more
with the
time.
cold.
Do it.
God damn it. The cold saying do it is terrible.
You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
Oh boy.
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
Okay. This actually might not lead to a third chapter because it's possible this is just the end.
I don't want to die in you. I thought you finally understood me, but instead you just wanted to hurt me again.
Is that her hand trying to like pull me back? What is that? Is that a hand?
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Also, it's used this word twice now. Prison. Bound to your prison of flesh. Her spirit bound to your prison of flesh. We've become a prison for her.
If only I could drag you with me and make you understand. But that's not the way things get to go for me, is it?
I feel so bad for the princess in general.
It would certainly be interesting. Though being dead does sound dull. And you are about to be dead. Again.
Get away from me, you cold little freak.
Oh. I hate the cold so much. This is it's making a face, a skull. Eyes, nose, mouth. The Exorcist. I just got a Steam achievement. The Exorcist. You feel a dull tear, like strips of meat being delicately peeled from bone. Oh, God. But it doesn't matter how delicate the hands are. How delicate the hands if you are the meat. You've been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you've been stripped away from something. It always hurts to forget it first, but then you forget the pain.
We were so close to leaving, and now look at you. Look at me. Is this what you wanted?
The words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers. Oh my God, this is so interesting. The other thing that I have to say about that line, heartbeat in the background by the way, of the stripped away from yourself, I think there's a couple ways to read that. One of the ways that I read it is this sort of winning of the voice of the cold. by... God, I hate that sound. Okay, it doesn't go away when you pause. By sort of doing what you've done, you have necessarily departed from a certain version of you that could never do that. You've sort of taken on... You've done... I think what we just did is maybe one of the worst things we've done in the game. Maybe the worst, I'm not sure. To apologize, offer an escape, and then use that escape as a prison, killing myself and the princess at the same time. It's truly fucked up. And I think what that stripping means is part of it is like, it's not painless, it's not clean to pull yourself away from the sort of backbone or moral compass or whatever it is that kept you from doing these types of things before. It's really beautifully written and also very evocative in a bad way. Oh boy. Is that me? Is that what I look like? This isn't what I wanted to do. Did you mean to take me with you? The other thing about The Exorcist is, did you mean to take me with you? Does it mean that I left a part of myself down there in that body? And I took a part, I split myself as well? Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you. So, you left with me?
Left with me.
And it sounds like it's just the two of us now. I hope that means things are going to be better, even if we're still stuck. Maybe everything that was bad between us just came from them.
Now that's interesting. So I think it means that we left the voice of the hero and the voice of the cold or the narrator down there in that writhing body. Which in a way could be a fine ending if me and the princess get to... Maybe everything that was bad between us did come from them. I don't have my hopes, but maybe.
I hope. Because I really wouldn't like to be stabbed a third time.
Gurgling liquid bubbles up from open pockets in the disintegrating mass in front of you. It's trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue that speech requires.
Wait. If we need to leave together to get out, this could still count. We have to try before your body stops being alive.
I don't exactly understand what you are suggesting. We're together, we fly out. Is that what you mean? This could still count. What does that mean? This could still count. What about the body? What about me?
There's nothing we could do for it now, but we could still try to save us. We just have to leave.
Oh my God. You're seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It is quiet and you are alone. This is what you deserve. 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 Oh, damn. Wow. Boo. Oh, hey, it's full screen, Ryan. I'm super sorry if I jump scared you there. This was a really beefy arc to the story, and I spent a lot of time talking about it. And unfortunately, that means that I'm going to need to call this an episode right here, and we'll continue the conversation and the exploration. For those of you who know what's coming, the next part's really good. For those of you who don't, feel free to be very pleasantly surprised right alongside me in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.